Well, welcome everyone to Biz Coach and Coffee. I'm your host, Biz Coach Steve Feld, and today we have a great guest for you, something that's going to really help you in your business. We have Richelle Wiseman. Richelle, she's a professional writer, a ghostwriter, an editor. She owns her own business. So you can kind of see where she's going with this. So I'd like to bring Richelle up and have her tell you a little bit more about her and who she serves. Welcome, Richelle.
Well, thanks for having me, Steve. I'm happy to be here.
Great. Well, thank you. So tell us a little bit more. I know I gave you a really brief intro, but a little bit more about you and what kind of, who do you serve?
Okay, so I am a book coach and a ghostwriter, and I help entrepreneurs that want to write a book that's going to grow their business. It will get them authority, credibility, and visibility. And I also help individuals that want to write a memoir or a life story. And those are sort of my two focus areas. And how I got into this was really, it really originated with how I started my career, which was as a journalist. And I understood the power of story. I understood the power of getting all the details right. I understood how important it is to know who you're talking to, who your audience is. And that served me well. And then I moved into writing for marketing. So for a long time, I was helping entrepreneurs with their website content, blogs, and ghostwriting articles for them for trade and business magazines. And I eventually sort of realized that they could be writing longer pieces, repurposing their blog content and creating books that would help give them that authority and the know, like, and trust factor that would help them grow their business. So that's how I moved into book writing or book coaching. And that's how I'm ending up right now, really focused on entrepreneurs, because I know the benefits. And I know you know the benefits,
Yeah.
Steve, as you have written a bunch of books and they have really helped you with your business.
Absolutely. I can never stress enough to a lot of business owners who just can't figure out how to get that marketing out there. They're trying everything, right? Having an expert book about you and what you do and how you serve people kind of sets you apart from the others in the room.
Definitely.
And I've seen it time and time again. Plus, now you're a published author.
Right. And it just kind of levels you up to another plane. And I know one of the benefits of writing a book for your business is that if you are trying to get speaking engagements, for example, getting onto stages, virtual or otherwise, and if there's an event planner that's looking at a list of possible speakers and they see you have a book, you're going to get chosen over the people that don't have a book. It's just almost a guaranteed thing. So there's that. And then there's just that level of credibility that you get, that you actually went to the trouble and took the time to put down your expertise. And so people just think of you differently. Like, oh my goodness, this person actually has a book. Well, they must really know their stuff. So it just has so many benefits that are tangible and intangible for you and your company.
That's so true. You brought up a great point. It's like, well, why you? Yeah. And what makes, how do you coach these entrepreneurs getting them, get it out of here and put it on paper or electronic nowadays?
Well, I'm glad that you said getting it out of here, i.e. their minds, because the mindset issues come up very much at the beginning of a conversation about writing a book. Because for most entrepreneurs, they say, well, hey, I'm good at this, that, and the other, but I'm not a writer. How am I going to write a book? And so we have to get past that one, the I'm not a writer thing, because actually you are a writer. You probably write emails. You probably write a few social media posts. And yeah, it's not Pulitzer Prize winning stuff, but you do write, and it's a skill and you can develop it. And furthermore, that's what editors are for, to take what you can create in a very rough form and help you get it into a much better form. So just let that one go aside. And then there's a lot of other ones that I deal with for clients that have what I call but syndrome. But I'm not a writer, but I don't have time, but there's already umpteen trillion books on my subject. Why do we need another one? but I don't want to fail, but I don't have the money to publish, but. So we deal with all the but syndrome, and then we get that out of the way. And we focus instead on who is the person that's going to read this book? Who are the target clients for that business writer? And when we get our focus off ourselves and what we think we lack or what we don't want to do in terms of failing, and we focus on what we have to offer, why we can do things that help others, and how our book can help people that will never be able to help, as a client, then it changes everything. It's a shift. So that's how we start. And then we get really clear on what's the purpose of the book, what's the premise of the book, what's the promise of the book, what are you going to leave your reader with by the end? How will your reader be different? And who is your reader? Getting super clear on that reader avatar, and winnowing that reader avatar down so you're not speaking to too large of an audience so that no one buys your book. The more targeted it is, the better success you'll have at selling it. So that's where we start. That's all just the starting stuff. Then we get into the fun stuff like writing your outline.
That's a perfect point, because I hear it from business owners and entrepreneurs all the time. I don't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you kind of gave us a good outline on that. Do you see a lot of times like these entrepreneurs, business owners, they have that, obviously the mindset, and they have the but syndrome, but they have such a great story to tell and they don't realize it. How do you kind of highlight and bring that out from them?
Well, this was one of the benefits of my background as a journalist, and that is digging for stories and pulling them out of people's lives and out of their heads as a ghostwriter. And so I ask a lot of questions. And I think people underestimate the value of story. They don't realize that, our ancestors sat around in circles around a fire in front of the cave. And,
Right.
and that's how anybody learned anything about anything, was they had to tell it in a story form. And it's sort of in our DNA, and our, at the cellular level, we are story people. And so entrepreneurs, it doesn't matter what your business is, there are stories in your business, about your clients, about you dealing with your clients. You have so many stories. Some of them are really worth telling and sharing in a book.
Great. We're going to come back on that. We got to take a quick break for our sponsor.
Okay.
So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
This episode is sponsored by Spotlight Books. Get your expert book completed in 30 days. If you don't have an expert lead magnet book about you and how you serve your market, then visit www.spotlight-books.com. Link is also in the show notes. Put a spotlight on your expertise.
And we're back. And Richelle, you just brought up something too about ghostwriting. Now, when I say ghostwriting to some people, they give me that glossy look. So can you explain in your terms, like what ghostwriter is? I mean, I've used a ghostwriter for a couple of my books, and they got in my head. And then it was like, how did you know I was going to say that? It was amazing. But we did a lot of pre-production meetings on it. So explain to everyone what a ghostwriter is and how great they are.
Okay. Well,
actually, I'm a fan of ghostwriters.
We're part Vulcan, and we do mind melds with people. No, really, that's back to my journalism background. It's understanding how to build a rapport with the person that you're interviewing, and dig with the right kinds of questions to pull that information out, and to also get a sense of the person and their personality and their voice. And so that when you're writing a book for them, it's their book, even though you wrote it. It's not your book. You're putting your personality, your vocabulary, perhaps, and you're trying as much as you can to delve into their way of thinking and reflect their stories, their ideas, their expertise in their way. And, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I've been doing it for a while, and it's fun for me. It's a challenge. And sometimes you get clients that are very cooperative and other times where, well, let's just say they're more difficult.
That's a very nice way of saying that.
Yeah.
So you're getting them going, get it out of their head. They got the book. Now, do you help them market it at all?
Yes. Yes, because we are living in this amazing era where Amazon has, created the opportunity for you to start marketing your book on Amazon before it's done and before it's been published and uploaded to Amazon. So think about how cool that is. You're starting to get the word out about your book. You're alerting people and building anticipation and saying, my book's going to be out in November and you want to get the first copies. So you sign up now, buy it now on Amazon, and you are marketing this thing. You're putting out social media posts. You're alerting your email lists. You're getting people to read the first chapter even. You can have people starting to build a review list for you, because that's so important, especially when you're on Amazon, is getting people interested in your book and reviewing it. So all of that stuff can be happening 3, 4, 5 months before you've actually finished writing the book. And not only that, but on Amazon, if they're buying your book in a pre-sale, you actually get paid before you've written your book. Like, how cool is that?
Come on, people. Money before it's even done. How great.
Yeah.
Now, what's one piece of advice you can probably give to business owners, entrepreneurs who really want to write a book and grow their business?
Well, I think that the first issue that I would say is know why you want to write the book. Do you want to write the book to grow your business? When you want to write the book to grow your business, it's not writing a book that just shows off your expertise. You're actually serving readers, because readers of nonfiction, self-help, or business books don't buy self-help or business books. They buy a solution. So if you have solutions, and with your expertise as a business owner, you have products and services that actually help people. So you got to focus on that whole piece of what you do that's uniquely yours and unique to you, that helps people, because you want your book to help people. So now you're going to have to create that same content that you actually deliver in person as a coach, or in your business, into a book. It's not as hard as you think it is, really. Right. It's not. And the other thing is, you're not writing a 200-page, tome. You could write 100 pages. You could even write 75 pages. The point is it good? And does it deliver? And does the reader have a transformation by the end?
Great point. And I'm a giver. I know you're a giver. What gift could you give everyone who's listening to this today?
Oh, okay. So I have a free gift, and it's called Write a Book to Grow Your Business. Just what we've been talking about. And it's
How easy is that?
It's a PDF that's on my website, and I have posted here the link to it, and so that you'll see that in the show notes. And yes, please help yourself. Download that book and just get some ideas about what it could do for your business. And by the way, have a good conversation with business coach Steve Feld, and he can tell you all about how his books have helped his business.
Yeah. My very first book, it's still my calling card. I love that thing. As much as I didn't like it when I first had the idea or brought it up, thank you for the person who forced me into it. I can't be grateful enough. And now we're 6 books already to date. 7's coming out very soon.
That's awesome.
But great. Any last things you'd like to tell everyone about? If you guys haven't figured this out yet, the power of the book can really help your business.
I would even go so far as to say it could be one of the most important marketing decisions that you make for your business, is creating a book, because it will open doors for you to speaking opportunities, to being invited onto podcasts, to being invited as a speaker at summits, to getting in front of associations, nonprofits, corporate lunch and learns. Like, there's so many ways your book could open doors for you that you don't see and don't know about even yet.
So true. I couldn't agree with you more. So please take advantage of her offer. We will have the link in the show notes. And I just want to say thank you very much for coming on here and sharing your advice about it, because I tell people about this all the time and they always go, And it's great to have an expert like you who touches this stuff every single day.
Every single day. And by the way, I should also mention that I have a course called Write Your Book Now. And my next class starts on January the 5th. It's a 6-week program, and you get all of the basics, including information about how to create your outline, how to create a book that's compelling all the way through, who your avatar is, and how to publish your book and how to market it before it's been written. It's all in my course. My course is Write Your Book Now, and you can have the link in the show notes to that course as well. And maybe that's something to consider for starting your January 2022 with starting your book.
Great. Well, thank you very much for being on here. It's a pleasure. Folks, take advantage of this great offer. This is Biz Coach Steve Feld wishing you and your business much success.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you'd like to discuss how you can apply these strategies in your business, let us know. This episode is sponsored by Spotlight Books. Get your own expert book written about you in 30 days. Set yourself apart from the competition. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to give us your comments. We look forward to hearing from you on Biz Coach and Coffee.